Okay, Verl's
There's
here.
Verl.
Verl Workman, the legend. He is amazing. He's going to give you a 20-minute powerful lesson on how to make more sales. So listen to this. By the way, Atomic Habits is tomorrow morning by Tom Daves. He was number one in Keller Williams 7 times globally. 7 times. He leads Atomic Habits. We'll put it in the chat. Check the chat. We'll put the link for Atomic Habits. It's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern tomorrow morning. So, Verl, we hand you the floor, and it was so good to have you.
Hey, nice to see you all. So, Brent, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard this before? Events drive revenue.
Come on, baby. Yes.
So what does that mean? So what do you think that means in real estate? Events drive revenue. Like I said, I'm a professional speaker, man. It means I make a living. So if I'm not doing events, I'm not making any money. You don't want to be a professional speaker in the middle of a pandemic, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's true.
So events drive revenue. You know, when we look back at all of the things where we're building our real estate businesses that work, everybody talks about what are some of the things we do that can create community involvement? How do we drive events? And I like to be a little bit more strategic than that. When you do an event, and it doesn't matter what the event is, whether it's pictures with Santa or you're doing something on the 4th of July or whatever you're doing for an event, it's a client appreciation event. What happens is it gives you the permission to have non-sales touches with your database. We have all of these touches we have with people where we're trying to get referrals, or who do you want to buy a house, or I just sold another house, or I just listed another house. I made a funny meme the other day at coaches training, and it was actually hilarious. And I basically said, okay, combine all the realtors and what they post on social media and who they benefit into one meme. And the meme was a realtor posting all about all the things that make them so great. And nobody actually cares about you. And so I say that with the greatest amount of love is they care about themselves. And events give you the ability to not call and say, here's what I need from you. It's, I want to serve, you know, I've got a client that does, that's having a little bit of fun right now. They do breast cancer awareness month during the month of October, and they do pink pumpkins that are painted. And then she has her whole community and all of her past clients and all of her agents. They bring them all to her office and they put them all over the lawn. They get the local news to cover it. And that event not only collects a lot of money, but it creates awareness around breast cancer awareness month. And it's been a good event. So what I want to talk about today is events driving revenue, and what kind of events and how many events should we be doing in a year. So we track everything. If we look at back and we look at the business that people generate, how much do they do in these different areas? Greatness is predictable. And we know that if we do an event, we get to have 7 touches with a client. We get to tell them there's a pre-event coming up. You get to register for the event. You get to actually attend the event. While they're at the event, we get to have handshakes with them. We get them on video doing different things. And then after the event, you thank them for coming to the event. Then you send them a collage or picture of the event, of all of the things that happen at the event, and then a final who you know or whatever you want to do. But you have 7 touches when you do an event that doesn't have any money. You know, you're not asking for anything. I'm not trying to get a referral. I'm not trying to, hey, who do you know that might want to buy or sell a house or that could use another opportunity? All I'm doing is serving. And events give us the opportunity to serve. And when you serve with events, everything else will take care of itself. I watch Brent. Brent, how many events will you guys do this year? You're doing regional events, national events. How many events do you do?
We do 55 a year.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that your purpose in those events is to serve,
Absolutely.
And when you serve, what happens? What's the natural result of that?
Good things happen. Really good things.
Right. Well, the same is true in real estate, except at a different scale. And so here, let me share with you. I'm going to show you a few slides, and I'm going to give you a fun event. And we're going to take an event. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you the entire workflow for it today. So let me see how to do this. I first have to hit share. I'm going to go desktop 2, and bam. Okay, sales mastery. We got it.
We got it.
Okay. I'm at my home office today, so I'm not in my regular space. So I don't know how all the monitors are going to work or not. Okay, so if you haven't downloaded Become a Workman Mastery Insider, make sure you go and grab the QR code. This is free. Once you've done it, you get the giveaways from each of the calls that I do. I just give stuff away. I've learned that if we give enough stuff away, eventually somebody will buy something from us someday. So I'll just keep giving it to you. You let me know if I give you too much, and I'll stop. So if you run out of, if you feel like I've given you too much,
Nobody say anything. Let them keep giving it away. But
all right, so what are we going to cover today?
Hire him as a coach when you're ready.
When you're ready. Come on. Um, People ask me all the time who we coach, Brent, and like you don't hear me talk about it a lot because like you got to be that puppy on the leash that's pulling a kid through the park. I coach that puppy. If you're hungry and you want it, and I don't have to put meat in front of your nose or kick you to get you moving, that's who we coach. If I have to talk you
Great.
into it, not a good fit. Like we coach a
Don't
lot of high
call.
performers.
Don't call.
Yeah.
Right.
The guy's
Right.
a legend. He really is. We've known him for gosh, a long time.
Well, thank you. And man, I love hearing you. I wish I would have gone
I'm
on.
actually live streaming this to my team, Verl.
Oh, good. What's up, team? Okay, so let me give you some inspiration for the team and everybody else that's here. First of all, nothing we do today pays us for 90 days. And right now I have all of my teams doing their business plans and strategic plans for 2026. And I want them done in October because then in November and December they're executing the plan and in January we're making money. So right now is the time to get everything together and start cranking. I'm going to give you an event for fun right now. And this one we're going to call it, we said events drive revenue. How about we do a Halloween event and we're going to call this booing. So the Christy Buck team out of Houston, Texas, was the first team that shared with me how they do booing. And the whole concept of this was to celebrate the families that are in their databases, that are in their top 50, which I've shared with you, that want to give us a reason to go out and see them. And so what they did is they've created a whole campaign around this. Each of the agents has a sack. They fill the sack with all of the candy and fun things. And then they put a sign in the yard that says, "You've been booed by the Christy Buck team." When you've been booed by the Christy Buck team, on the back side of it, it says, "Now take a picture of your kids getting their candy and upload it to Instagram and tag Christy Buck, and you're going to have a free gift card drawing." So now we get everybody goes in, they get candy in the front yard. You've been booed by the Christy Buck team, and they leave it in their yards for weeks sometimes. And then they post on Instagram, and you get this unbelievable community engagement off a simple event. Now, they also do a simple thing where they call everybody and make sure it's okay that we bring candy. If the kids have any special needs, and they make sure they accommodate that. Some people don't celebrate Halloween and don't want that, so we take them off the list. But the concept is we call before, during, and after. We look at their social media, we comment on what they post, and it's a simple way to do an event that drives revenue. Other events that drive revenue. So we started doing these events. We would do the first one Christy did. Now, when I started coaching Christy, she was making 250,000 a year. She now averages between 3 and 4 million every single year. Our first goal was to go from 250 to 500, then 500 to 750, 750 to 1.1. Then we hit 2.1, and then our goal was to go from a million gross to a million net. And so that's our focus every year. I don't know if that would be interesting to anybody, but that's what we do. And we looked at where business comes from, and it always came from our sphere. And all these people spend all this money buying leads and trying to get strangers to connect with them. And if all we did is did a better job staying at the front of the mind of the people that already know, like, and trust us, we would do more business. And so we took this program and we built what's called an agile. And so we took the entire thing and we said, okay, what do you do when you schedule and plan it? What do we do when we order supplies and who does what? How do we order, delivery, and prep? What do you do the day of the event? What do we do after the event to make sure that we're getting all of the stuff followed up with? And then what do we do 7 days out, 1 day out? And this is a whole action plan. And we do this. I've got this on probably 15 or 20 different types of events. Booing is one of them. They do another one called egging, where they get egged on Easter. They do pictures with Santa, and they do like a gift giving fair where they bring jewelry makers in and people that do massages or nails, and they come in, everybody donates, and 50% of whatever they collect, they give to their children's toy charity. And they do pies on Thanksgiving, and it's get one, give one, where if you select whether you want an apple or a pumpkin pie, or a banana pie. They use a really good custom pie maker, and she's got 7 wrapped Kias that all have her branding on them. And people show up and they open up all the trunks of the pies. They come get their pies. Every time someone gets a pie, they donate one to one of the first responders. So they get one and they give one. So by picking up a pie, you give a pie away, and they go to the firehouses and the police stations and the hospitals. There's so many different types of events: movie days, backyard barbecues. All these different types of events do one thing: they create community, and everybody is starved for it. You know, when you get your people together at an event, Brent, that it doesn't matter what the content is. When the community gets together, magic happens. And the same thing is true in real estate. It creates community when you bring your people together, whether it's getting their yards booed and the neighbors coming out and say, you know, Christy too, she sold your house. Yeah, she sold mine. What happens? You get all this energy happening around it when you bring them all in for a movie day, or they do an ice skating day. One of our buyer's agents owns an ice skating or a roller skating rink. They do a roller derby day, and everybody else goes out and does roller derby. All of these events drive revenue. The key is making sure that everybody gets involved in it. This is what it looks like on the front door. And so there's the package on there. They've got the cards. They've got the how do you connect with me on Instagram or Facebook, and that's a simple concept. Most things that generate the highest amount of return for effort are simple. And when you hear me say that greatness is predictable and so is average, the difference between average and exceptional is that the exceptional do the things that everybody knows they should do, but most don't. The difference is the exceptional people, they execute on the basic fundamentals at a higher level. They execute on events. They do their daily success habits. They work their top 50. They see 20 people face to face. Greatness is absolutely predictable. Make sure you get my download if you want a copy of that workflow for the booing event, and you can use that with all of your clients. I'm going to give that to you right now. It's also in the chat. And let me turn off my share. Did I stop sharing?
There's still something there, but
yeah, I don't know what it is. Let's see if I can figure it out. Here we go. Let me hit stop
that
share.
was fantastic.
All right. You never know what I'm going to show up with, do you, Brent? But I'm always going to have something.
And by the way, everybody go to view upper right-hand corner. And if you haven't done this, go to speaker view. It's much easier to focus on Verl. If you go to upper right, hit view, hit speaker view. Don't stare at everybody in the boxes like the love connection. Stare at Verl, listen to the man. He is absolutely, how many coaches do you have? Like 30, 40 coaches?
Yeah, we have like 100.
100. I mean, he's top 1%, tenth of 1% in the nation. This is big. Keep going. You got about a few minutes left here.
All right. So that's all I have on events. Anybody have any questions for me on events? And then I'm going to share with you a couple other thoughts.
Yes. So go to the React button, hit raise your hand. It'll float you to the top so Verl can identify you. So
you training people how to use Zoom. I love that.
Come on, baby. I got to remind them. Heck, I'm reminding myself half the time.
Anybody have any questions around events? So how many events should you do? I'm going to tell you should start with 4 a year, do 1 a quarter. And then when you realize how good they are and how much money they make you, anything we do in advertising or marketing, I want a 6x return. So if it costs me $1,000, I want a $6,000 return. I always get sponsors and partners to participate with us in our event. So it's not all on you. Tom.
Hey, Verl. I've heard it said amongst us, especially from the master promoter, Brent Gove, that those that succeed in this business are master promoters because they promote events. So I'm curious, in your world, what nugget can you give me, or maybe a little perspective on how you promote events or how you invite? It seems to me that you're promoting on a one-to-many, but you're making the connection and the commitment on a one-to-one. Hey, Verl, you got to be at this event. It's going to change your life. Blah 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 blah. Would I be wrong about that? What nugget do you do that's different, or that you can expand on that?
The secret is consistency. And so it's doing the same thing every time. And so the answer is yes, we promote on social, we do one-to-many, we send cards out, we invite people, but then we get on the phone. And you can't always call everybody, but we have a list of top 50 people who are most likely to give us one referral a year. And we have one personal connection, a conversation with them every single month. And we work that every month. And so we pick up the phone and make those calls. Christy.
Do you find that when you are doing these events consistently, that you're getting a small group of people that are coming to them consistently?
It grows. And so your events can't suck. So you have to have great events. And so can I say it like that, Brent? Can I tell you?
You can, but I mean, everyone's first event could possibly suck. It's your first one, right?
Let me tell you about Brooke Gardner. Brooke Gardner was from a little town in Utah, and he grew up on a dairy farm. He called himself Brooke Gardner, the moving realtor.
That's funny.
And he was doing about 12 deals a year when he hired me. And this is years ago, 20 years ago in my coaching career. And I said, okay, let's have a client event. He said, I have 12 clients. I said, great, call it a backyard barbecue. Let's invite everybody to your backyard. Let's barbecue and just break bread together, have a little bit of fun. It grew out of his backyard. I think next year he did 36 or 37 transactions. He went to a local park. And then it grew into so big, he had to start limiting the people that came to only the people he had done business with. It got such a big event. He had a big blow up cows. He had a what do you call that? A Brock and bull you can ride. He had games for the kids, and it became an annual event. And I don't know. Last I talked to him, he was doing 200-300 units in a small rural market where there wasn't big opportunity. So you start with the backyard barbecue. Everything works, but nothing doesn't. So do something. You did 2 deals last year. Invite your 2 clients out to dinner. Call it an event. And then the next time we have 4, and the next time we have 6. Like everything works, but nothing doesn't. You got to do something.
I love that quote. Everything works, but nothing doesn't. Tony Robbins says, if you're in your head, you're dead. Get out there and fail forward. Do your best to succeed. Do your best to put on a world-class event. They only get better. When I made a little money, I did little tiny events. I started making more money, did bigger events, and today it was really good. And we do like, they go, oh, Brent, you must be so tired. I don't do it. My team does them. I mean, I show up, hey, oh, Brent, shake hands, kiss babies, and hug people. It's not that tough, and you'll get it. So
It's all
Verl,
true.
thank you for being on today, man. Any final
awesome.
thought? Anything you want to say as we wrap this up?
Okay, so a lot of people are freaking out about technology and trying to figure out how to use AI and all that stuff. So Brent, I promoted on the last series of calls. We did a mastermind. Yeah, do 20 million in production or more. Well, that we had it. It was last Friday and Saturday. And can I just tell you what we did with AI?
Yeah.
That's so cool. So we created an AI agent that interviewed all of the producers that were coming to the mastermind and asked them, okay, why are you coming? What do you want to get? What's your most urgent business problem? What can you contribute? And then tell us who your avatar is, who you looking for, what's your ideal client look for. And then we had that AI agent come back, compile all the data for us. We had an agenda of what we were going to talk about, and then we took and built a marketing plan for everybody, and we looked at all of their websites, all of their social media, everything they message, and asked the AI agent if it was consistent with what they said their avatar was, and almost everyone was different. Oh, I do luxury. Really? Doesn't say it on your site. Or, here's what I say I am and do, but none of that stuff is reflected in the way that we post. And then during the mastermind itself, Brent, and if you asked me nicely, I might share with you how we do this. But we had every single table recorded their discussions around power topics. And then when we recorded them all, they all got uploaded to our AI. They then got combined into one engine, and we built a custom GPT just for the mastermind. And then it debriefed all of the table topics, all of the cool websites and resources, all of the best practices and ideas. And everybody left there with a marketing workbook to fix their own messaging and all of the things that were that came up in the mastermind. How many times have you left a meeting or a mastermind wishing you could take better notes, but you're trying to listen? Yeah. Well, now you can search any topic or theme in the GPT, and it answers only in content from people who are doing 20 million or more. That's the power of technology. Technology is game changing. And so align yourselves with people that aren't just trying to make better prompts. Like, how are you using it in your business to get better at it? And we've got some new stuff coming down the pipeline that I'll share with you at another time. Michelle, did you have a question? Nice to see you.
Yes, good day, Verl. Thank you for taking my question. It's around events and doing actually virtual events. I'm the national chair for Black ESP Network's educational department, and I constantly have events on a monthly basis that are basically educational that I open up to all agents. And I'm just wondering how I could utilize this as a tool for agent attraction a bit more instead
Okay,
of just
well,
in
I'll
person.
tell you, yeah, let me just give you a couple of quick thoughts around this. So as a professional speaker, I want to be in a warm room with warm bodies. I hate virtual events. I do them because there's so many people around the world. We can't connect with all of them. So we do them as a necessary evil, but it's become good. And so there's a bunch of things you can do to make your events more interactive and interesting. And so when people register for your events, and there's a couple, I have a blank on my name right now, but there's a couple of people that teach mastering virtual events for massive interaction and growth. Having paddles that you hold up that say your key takeaway or thought, or, I'm in when you're making commitments, using the chat bots, sending everybody a gift card that has registered for the event, having an event, so Michelle, your event has to have a purpose. And the purpose can't just be to share with people. It has to be to create a way for them to connect. One of the cool things that's happening right now is as we're having this conversation, I guarantee you there's an AI bot in here recording it. And so how can you use AI in your events, put people into their different breakout rooms, let them mastermind or come up with ideas, allow the AI to come back and give a solution that summarizes what happened in all these great rooms. You know, Hamilton, when these things, the room where it happened, I want everybody to wish they were in the room when it happens and then have a secret access to that room. That's what your Zoom's got to feel like, is like all the people that missed this call. Just think about all the cool stuff we do on these calls, right? And you just need to start talking about being in the room when it happens, because you guys are the ones that are always here, and I appreciate you being here. So I hope that helps. But like become a master of virtual presentations if you're going to do them. And there's a whole I've got friends that charge $20,000 to do a virtual presentation for an hour. That's how good they are at it.
Wow.
So think about that. So
So
are you
good.
good enough that you can charge for it? And if not, what has to change? That's how I'd ask that question. Go put that in your
Verl, Michelle, great question. Thank you for asking that.
Hey, Brent.
Verl, we are coming to Salt Lake to do EXPCon 1 year from this month. We will be in Salt Lake, which is Verl's backyard.
What should
I
we
would
do?
love a breakout live in person with skin on, right? And maybe for $10 million and above producers. I don't know, 20 million, whatever you know, you're the boss. You call it. But I want to plant that seed in your mind now. He's such an amazing human being. So if you come to Salt Lake a year from now, would you be willing to do like you know, I don't know, just something simple like all day? No, I'm just kidding. But like a 4 hour or something where we get people together and you could just we'll help them. We're coming to your backyard. We need to do this.
Only if we can make it an experience. So
I love it.
Is I'll do it, but it can't just be a talking head. We got to create an experience around it, so people are blown away with what happened in Salt
Good.
Lake.
Good.
Deal?
We'll figure out whether it's 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, and we'll do an event while we're all there from Miami. We'll do maybe 4 hours or something, like 8 to noon or something. And I'll go to lunch afterwards. Sounds good to me. Verl, thanks for being on today. You're amazing. We'll see you next week right here at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern. Don't miss it, Verl. Thank you. And tomorrow morning, Tom Daves, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. #1 KW agent worldwide 7 times. Atomic Habits is so good. Check the chat. It's in the whoops, I don't want to do that. It's in the chat. I think Tom posted it earlier. It's Tom, what's it's at the bottom. I don't know. I saw him post it earlier. It's actually got the
It's atomicteammeeting.live.
atomicteammeeting.live. Atomicteammeeting.live. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. It's that good. It's tomorrow morning. Come get a shot in the arm and go kill it the rest of the day. Thank you for being on, Shelly. You're amazing. We'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.
Bye.